Whilst much emphasis has been placed on those that fought against Jammeh's regime, many have forgotten that the youth were the first to condemn the human rights abuses committed by Jammeh's regime. Members of the Gambia Student Union, also known as GAMSU, took a stance against the murder of Ibrahima Barry, who was subjected to torture as well as inhumane and degrading treatment whilst being arbitrarily detained by members of the fire department in March 2000. The Gambia Student Union also condemned the alleged rape of Binta, a 13-year-old girl who was allegedly raped by an armed officer in the same month and year. On the 10th of April 2000, the Student Union decided to peacefully illustrate their repulsion of the previous acts by engaging in a protest which involves students from all over the country. The aim of the protest was to show solidarity as well as non-violently seek accountability of the perpetrators involved in the cases of Ibrahima and Binta. Despite having their protest permit rejected, the students decided to go ahead with their plan to only be met by police officers that demanded their disperse. The refusal of the students apparently led to altercation with the police, resulting to the disproportionate open fire, as well as the release of tear gas and rubber bullets by police forces, causing the injury and death of multiple students. The events of the previous day did not deter other students from coming out in their numbers on the 11th. They too were met with forces which led to the arrest of hundreds. Whilst the Gambia Student Union have received backlash for its involvement in the protest, many are forgetting that had the rest of the nation stood behind the Student Union and took a stance against the very first human rights abuses committed by the Jammeh regime, the brutality of the regime could have come to an abrupt stop. For the first time, a commemoration of the events of April 10th and 11th was held on Gambian soil. May all the departed souls continue to rest in peace. The heroes of April 10th and 11th, gone but not forgotten.
My name is Sani Sana. I am a victim of April 10th and 11th, 2000. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Another April 10 has come. It is 17 years today since a man like me decided that I should not be like him. He did his best to confine me on crutches. After failing to take my life, murdering was his intention, because 17 of my peers did not make it today. For this, I thank Allah again and pray for His mercy upon gentle souls of those young kids who were armed only with pencils and exercise books, and yet were brutally gunned down. To this day, I feel the pain both physically and psychologically. I am still seeking justice, which seems far away. In the meantime, I still fervently pray for a miracle to have required a medical attention to pursue my academic goals and ambitions. That in my mind is the utmost priority in getting my justice. No amount of punishment to the perpetrators can restore my physical and psychological well-being. It will only serve as a deterrent for current and future generations. Humbly, I am thanking everyone supporting us in any way during these hopeless moments. Your reward can only come from the Most High. I continue to anticipate for a strategic and a venue to get me out of this situation, which has for the past 17 years almost downrode my hopes.
Well, I am Henry Gomez, the Minister of Youth and Sports. So I just welcome such a gathering, and this gathering is going to teach every one of us something new, that Gambia have changed, and it's a new Gambia called Gambia have decided. So, and what happens 10 and 11 April during the era of Yaya Jammeh, will not happen again and will not be tolerated again. And all those who are part and parcel of this injustice must be bring to books. They have to be penalized for what they have done, because they should not go scot-free, because our children have been massacred. And they saw to us that they went out purposely to kill. They didn't went out to negotiate. They went out to kill the students. And in such brutal manner, they also have to be penalized for the injustice they have done. Nobody and nobody again will commit such crimes and go scot-free. And I believe also Yaya Jammeh, who was the leader, Yaya Jammeh also have to be brought to books. And all of them have to face the charges for what they have done. President Barrow is a real Democrat, and he is standing and fighting also for the youths, to see that the youths are given equal rights and justice in this country. So let us all go into this march past with respect, peace and harmony. And let us not fight one another or insult one another. Justice will prevail. Thank you very much.
Okay, Unreported Gambia. It has been 17 years since the incident of the April 10 and 11. And this is a very significant day, because from that time to date, no one has ever dared to come out in the street and openly support the April 10 victims, make a protest or even give them some kind of aid, just because of the dictatorial regime that was here. And these are children, these were young boys that are the backbone of our society. They are the futures of the Gambia. And since the soldiers opened fire on them for just peacefully demonstrating, they have messed up their whole life. These youths cannot do anything with their lives. You see them handicapped, and they tell us that they have been using rubber bullets. The proof is there. You can see the boys sitting on wheelchairs. I mean, they should have families by now. They should have jobs. But what can they do? They have all been out of the country. They are not even here in their own country. So like I said, this is a very significant day. This is the first time ever since it happened that we can come out and march with them and demand justice peacefully, with no one arresting or shooting anyone down. And this we will not allow to ever happen again in the Gambia. As much as we want to be peaceful, we will also put our lives on the line if anybody comes out to physically or even verbally abuse anybody. It is not going to happen anymore in Gambia. So today we are coming out with these victims of April 10 and 11, supporting them, marching peacefully down the road and demanding justice. Justice is what we want. They have waited long enough. And that is just pure and simple. Justice. It is not about settling scores, as we keep saying. We just want justice and compensation for these young boys that should now have been in the middle of their lives with families, just going ahead with their lives, but they have been denied that. Clear and simple. Justice has to be done. We must have justice.
I believe that we have just saw what happened, I think 3 days back. The parliament, the majority, the parliament in the National Assembly is the collusion. And I believe also why we came as a collusionists to change all these criminal laws in this country. And I said it, and I will repeat it again. Gambia would never be the same again as before. When I said this, I mean the criminality, what was here before, will not be accepted in Barrow's government. Because even if you happen to see how Barrow built his cabinet, then you will know that they are politicians, but they are also technocrats. And if you just happen to see also what Barrow have put in place with think tank and all this, then there is a big forum where everybody is invited to exchange ideas. And Gambia is not only meant for the security forces, neither for the president or the ministers or the alcaldes. There will be equal rights and justice in this country.
Imagine America bo amul life insurance da buga faju etina xaliss la bu bari sax way mu takandigam fajna rakam ben wer sonon na torop parce que nit di nga juddu ale soko amul rek metti te dafa loss lu bari ci biiram biñ démé America ko tinto li docteur yi waxon ñu ne liba bi dina saxaat way du am viable xam nga loolu itam leneen la ak leneen waaw ñu emale ko foofu bon nag buñ demee tey ba Assane magam dimbale ko ba laas ya mu graduate master sam alhamdulilah maa ngi sant yàlla ak yonentam bu tedd Muhammad Rasulullah sant suma ñaari waajur sant suma doom bi nga xam ne mooy di sant nag yéen itam ndax lii lu rëy ndax yéen fi ngeen jógee sori na te yéen ay tax àddina bi gis lii ndax ñi ko defoon dañ ko weddi waaye weddi nag gis bokk ci weddi li sa bët tegul bokk ci xam nga ñi dee ak ñi nga xam ne faj nañ leen ak Yusufa Mbay ma le kenn ko gis weddi foog naa su nekkul laay li daloon xale yi duñ ko dal ndax Assane Suwaar ñetti mbuus lañ defoon si biiram docteur bi nga xam ne moom dañ ne woon dee na sax ba yóbbu ko deet house dëppa ko dara di yàlla suma broda bi liggéey émence bi ko wax siri bi ñaanee ndimbal rek fale naka émence yi moom mu ne nañ ko jox mu yóbbu moom ndax yoon bi moo jógee ci rek xam na ne ambulance bi du demee du gaaw waaye moom motocycle la bi mu demee mu fàttaliku ne suma doomi mag yi ñu ngi jàngee baaji xaaral ma seet ba mu rifaa ñu ko joxoon ci administration so mu wër gisu mu dem deet house fekk ñu ngi dëpp Assane waaye xamul ne moom la deret jàngee sotti mu ne fi mu jéegi ne mu géegee na mu gis mu xëcca tànkaam mu ne kii deewul ñu indi ko fii ëlbati ko gis muy xar-xara bi Assane alhamdulilah foofu la ko yàlla jaarale.
In one way I feel too sad because it's happened in our country, the Gambia. But secondly also, I give thanks and praises to the Almighty God because at least now is a new Gambia. And Gambia, the collusion and also the members of the collusion haven't changed the regime. The regime was changed by the Gambian people. That's why they call it Gambia have decided. So, and I believe also in Barrow's administration, Barrow is a dynamic leader who is real Democrat, standing for everybody, especially the youths. So, and justice will be done because none of them who committed this massive problems will not go unpunished. And I pray to God that somebody like Yaya Jammeh have to be punished too. And name them. There are many. There are sheep in goat clothing. There are between us. And they have to be punished. Because it's just painful to see our own children. Some of them sitting in Rollstone. Some of them are now in the New Joshua Cemetery. And some of them are having problems with their bodies. Nighttime they cannot sleep because of pain. So I think we will all join hands together. Stand firm that what happened 17 years back will not happen again in this country.
When I saw the minister in here, the local government minister for youth, the youth minister was here. Now, I knew that when things were handled, the way they're supposed to be handled in those days, what had happened will never happen. All we want is for justice to prevail. We did coroner's inquest here, and at the end of the court, that sitting, it was mentioned that security forces were responsible. But then the person in charge, which was Yaya Jammeh, said he had indemnified the soldiers. We cannot just understand that. All lives matter. How can he just allow those guys to kill and let them go in the street like that?
17 years ago, I was here as a lawyer. I was one of the lawyers of the students time. And it's heartening to see that 17 years after that day, we are able to come out and do this peaceful procession, this peaceful assembly. And I think this is all the students wanted. They wanted an opportunity to express themselves, to express their grievances as a result of the brutality meted out to some of their colleagues at the time. And all they wanted was to be given an opportunity to show that grievance through a peaceful assembly, a peaceful demonstration, a peaceful protest, which is a constitutional guarantee. Unfortunately, lives were lost, needlessly lost, because at the time the former government felt that any exercise of a fundamental human right by the citizenry of this country amounted to a challenge of their unquestionable authority. And they acted, resulting in the death of the students. Of course, we all want justice. But justice comes in different forms, in various forms. But for me, personally, and perhaps for a lot of the families of the victims as well, is the question of who gave the order for the students to be shot.
Gambians have been given the chance to demonstrate for their rights. Such T-shirts in Jammeh's era. We have saw Dr. Skaraljane. Because of a simple T-shirt, he was charged treason. And today, Gambians have been given the chance. They are putting on T-shirt justice for 10 and 11 April victims. So, and this is the first step. The second step is President Barrow and his administration will be ready also to dialogue. And when we dialogue, then we will find a solution out how we are going forward with all these problems.
But the first stage is to find out who gave the order and why. I think the families have a right to know why their loved ones died unnecessarily. Their only crime being that they wanted to express a grievance. Now certainly that's a question that we all want to find out, and we are setting up mechanisms to find that out. It's a question that is legitimate, that every Gambian wants to know why those students were killed and who gave the order for the shooting. Now there was a commission of inquiry which was established at the time, and they did not fully answer those questions.
Today, we are pledging as a community, as Gambians, and as Gambia, that what happened to us, what happened to our families 17 years ago will never happen to us again. We are pledging that Gambia and Gambians and citizens of the Gambia who are patriotic Gambians pledge that we shall forever in our history remember April 10 and 11, 2000.
We need justice! We need justice!
Justice is prevailed, and justice will be done. I can assure you that 100%.